Well, it's official. Tyler the Creator broke his 2-year album streak of releasing a new record every 2 years by taking 3 years this time. And I get it too. People will say, well, he did release the Call Me If You Get Lost estate sale in 2022. That's not a studio album. That was just a deluxe edition to a studio album that already existed, therefore not counting as its own studio album. So we have the 7th, or if you ask Tyler or some other people, 8th studio album by Tyler the Creator titled Chromakopia. And this time around, a lot of the jazz-infused stuff and the R&B-infused stuff that he used in, say, Flower Boy, Igor, and Call Me If You Get Lost are basically coming together as one. Like, it is a full-on, I would dare say, R&B and pop album more than it is a rap album, as Tyler's kind of still in the rap game, but I don't necessarily think he wants to rely on that too much anymore, and I kind of like it. He's been getting way more creative with each release, and even Igor, which to me, I don't really like it that much. I know other people do. They call it his magnum opus, and it's his most streamed album, but to me, there was just something about Igor that I guess I just wasn't feeling or wasn't getting, but with these past 2 releases now, especially this one, I just love the fact that he's leaning heavily into what he wants to do, rather than trying to live in the past of the whole shock value horrorcore thing that he was doing. Not to say it was bad before, it was just kind of shaky at best. It wasn't really until he released Wolf where things started to come together a little bit. Here on album number 7, it's 14 tracks, about 53 minutes, and there was only one song that I didn't like in this whole entire record, and that is the 13th track, the second to last track on this record. It took that long for me to have a song that I didn't like on here. It's Balloon, which features Doche. I'm not necessarily sure how to say her name, but I don't know, it's just one of those songs to me that was just, well, cringe and annoying, and especially the Doechii verse, that was awful, but thankfully it's short, so you don't have to suffer for too long. The 3 songs I found to just be okay, not saying they're bad, just didn't necessarily hit me like the other songs on this record. Hey Jane, Judge Judy, and Like Him, and Childish Gambino featured on Judge Judy. He also featured on the song before that, which was I Killed You, and I really like that feature there. I had to look these features up because these were uncredited features, but Dylan Caesar was on Saint Chroma and Take Your Mask Off. Darling I had Tizo Touchdown, I Killed You and Judge Judy had Childish Gambino, Sticky featured Gorilla, Lil Wayne, and Sexy Red, Thought I Was Dead featured Schoolboy Q, and as I mentioned before, Balloons features Doechii. But yeah, outside of those 4 songs, the rest of the record was absolutely excellent. Saint Chroma kicks things off, we got a teaser for that. That was a whole lot of fun in full form. Ratata, again, just everything flows well together. I will give it that. It seems like a song didn't necessarily have an ending. It just kind of flowed into the other one very well. And then after Ratata, we have Noid, which was the one song we heard all the way through. Like, he didn't tease a snippet of it. This was like the full track. And again, it was really good. It gave me a lot of like Igor vibes in the sense, or at least a good song off of Igor. Darling I, also nice. I Killed You. I don't know what it is. I like the way it sounds. Sticky, actually a surprise that I liked it, considering I saw Sexy Red on here, and even Lil Wayne, who nowadays isn't even that good anymore. I was just kind of like, you know, we'll give it a shot. Glorilla was nice. Sexy Red, I mean, she's not as annoying as she is. I mean, she's on the hook, and that's really about it. She has one short verse that's fine. Like, it wasn't cringy at all, I can at least say that. And with Lil Wayne, he kind of pops up on the track, but he's not like a prominent voice on it, so I can give it that. It was just a whole lot of fun. Then Take Your Mask Off is just a nice song. I guess Tyler's calling somebody out saying, you know, I thought I trusted you, but now I can see through your lies, so take off the mask and show me who you really are tomorrow. And then my favorite song on this record, Thought I Was Dead. We heard the snippet. It was about a 1.5-minute snippet from this song, and that was basically Tyler's verse, but Schoolboy Q gets the verse before Tyler and absolutely just demolishes it, and I mean that in a good way, not like bad demolish. I mean, he comes on and just tears this beat apart. Like, the features, for the most part, were definitely very good. They just worked well with Tyler, and he put them in, you know, situations in the songs that just kind of made it work. Like, it didn't feel like he was overstretching with these features. After Thought I Was Dead, I also like the final track, Hope You Find Your Way Home, which kind of starts off soft, but then gets into a more, synth-leaning kind of ending, and it's just a nice, beautiful way to end an album that sees Tyler, the Creator, I think at this point, fully grow. Like, gone are the days of, whatever the hell he was doing early on, and Flower Boy, and even Igor at this point. I feel like when you look at Call Me When You Get Lost, it was kind of the precursor to what we were going to get here with Chromakopia, and now I think Chromakopia is finally the final transformation of Tyler, the Creator, when it comes to this is who he's going to be now. And even though he's going to have a different persona within each record, it's just going to have a much more soothing sound than just being straight up rap albums. He's going to have jazz and R&B in it, along with a little soul here and there. Like, it's just, he's going to throw a lot of things in, but he makes it work somehow, and that's what makes him a really intriguing artist, especially with his newer stuff. All in all, I give this album an 8 out of 10. It is one of my favorites of the year. There were, again, some songs that kind of brought it down a little bit, but not too much, and that's something I can appreciate when I only really disliked one song, and even the 3 tracks I just thought were okay didn't bring the album down too much. Maybe they just carried on for a little bit longer than they should have, or maybe they just didn't do much, but they weren't terrible per se. They keep the theme of the album and do a good job themselves as well. I will say, though, a lot of these songs lacked some sort of hook. I mean, there were ones that had good hooks on there, but then there were some that were nice songs but just didn't really have a hook, and that's not really something that I would have thought. I mean, Tyler's been that guy where he'll either have a hook or he won't, and we just kind of accept it because the music's good, so I guess I can't really complain about that too much. But that's it for me. Would really like to hear in the comments below what did you think of this album, but until then, stay safe out there, and I will catch you all in the next one.